everyone, welcome to our channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. आज की क्लास में हम रीजनिंग की जो स्टेटमेंट एंड अजम्पशन की क्लास है हम वो करने वाले हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इससे पहले हमने जो डिस्कस किया है वो स्टेटमेंट आर्गुमेंट्स तक हम ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं एंड रीजनिंग की जनरल मेंटल एबिलिटी को ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं। इस क्लास की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो ये क्लास 163 है। 162th क्लास हम ऑलरेडी कर चुके हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अगर आपने हमारे चैनल फर्स्ट टाइम देख रहे हो या अभी तक आपने हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, इट्स अ ह्यूज रिक्वेस्ट कि आप हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो सो दैट हम जो भी वीडियोस डालें वो आपके पास सबसे पहले पहुंचे। एंड सेकेंडली अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो प्लीज़ हमारे वीडियो को लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करो सो दैट ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग के पास वीडियो पहुँचे और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग इसका यूटिलाइजेशन भी कर सकें। एज आई टोल्ड यू कि आज हम स्टेटमेंट एंड अजम्पशन की क्लास करने वाले हैं। इससे पहले जो हमने टॉपिक्स डिस्कस किए हैं उसमें से सबसे पहले जो डिस्कस किया है वो हमने एनालॉजी डिस्कस किया है। उसके बाद हमने क्लासिफिकेशन किया है। देन वी हैड डन सीरीज कंप्लीशन, then we had done coding and decoding, then we had done blood relation, puzzle test, sequential output tracing, direction sense test, and then we have done logical Venn diagram as well. उसके बाद हमने किया है अल्फ़ाबेट टेस्ट एंड देन वी हैव डन नंबर रैंकिंग एंड दैट इज टाइम सीक्वेंस टेस्ट एंड देन वी हैव डन मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन। उसके बाद मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन के बाद हमने किया है लॉजिकल सीक्वेंस ऑफ वर्ड्स एंड देन वी हैव डन अरिथमेटिक रीजनिंग। फिर हमने इंसर्टिंग द मिसिंग कैरेक्टर हमने किया है एंड देन आफ्टर दैट हमने फिर डेटा सफिशिएंसी किया है, डिसीजन मेकिंग किया है, असर्शंस एंड रीजन किया है एंड देन उसके बाद फिर हमने जो किया है दैट इज़ योर सिचुएशन रिएक्शन टेस्ट एंड देन वी हैव डन वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ द ट्रूथ ऑफ द स्टेटमेंट। ये जनरल मेंटल एबिलिटी के टॉपिक्स हैं जो कि 20th टॉपिक है। 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 and then 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21। सो ऑल टोटल हमने 21th टॉपिक डिस्कस किया है एंड आफ्टर दैट फिर हमने लॉजिक की बात करती हूँ। अगर लॉजिक रीजनिंग जो आपका सेकेंड पार्ट है सेक्शन वर्बल रीजनिंग का, उसमें हमने जो डिस्कस कर लिया है वो लॉजिक कंप्लीट कर लिया है एंड देन वी हैड डन स्टेटमेंट अजम्पशंस हमने कर लिया है, सॉरी स्टेटमेंट आर्गुमेंट्स कंप्लीट कर लिया एंड स्टेटमेंट अजम्पशंस हम कर रहे हैं एंड होपफुली अगर ये ज़्यादा लंबा क्लास नहीं जाएगा तो विल एंड अप विथ स्टेटमेंट एंड अजम्पशंस एंड देन in the next coming class statement and course of an action and all the topics that what we discussed here. Now we will start with the question without wasting a time. So this is the question number 137 because we had done your 136 question before as well. The statement is that opening a library in a Ramli will be a wastage. The assumption first is that inhabitants of Ramli are illiterate. That's the second assumption is inhabitants of Ramli are not interested in reading, and the third is there is an adequate number of libraries in Ramli already. In these assumptions, if I'm talking about here and with regard of this, that the statement has been given here. In regard of that, clearly a library will be a wastage only when either of the people of that place cannot read or they are not interested in reading as there are adequate numbers of libraries there. So either first or second or third is implicit, so we can go within कि या फिर ओनली ईदर या तो सिर्फ वन ऑप्शन होगा या तो ऑप्शन सिर्फ सेकेंड होगा या तो ऑप्शन सिर्फ थर्ड होगा। इन रेफरेंस टू दिस यहाँ पे ऑप्शंस आपको जहाँ पे दिया होगा लाइक ओनली ईदर, यू कैन से दैट ओनली ईदर फर्स्ट और सेकेंड और थर्ड. Okay, so this would be your answer is implicit here. Okay, and now we'll go ahead with another one, and that is here in this type of question that below that we have given a statement and that have a 3 assumptions numbered 1 2 3 as you have to consider the statement and the following assumptions and you have to decide which of the assumption is implicit of the statement and choose your like other options and you have to choose your answer as well. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is the 138th question of the session here. The statement has been given that I want to present a book on techniques of yoga to Ajay on his birthday. A tells B. The assumption first is that A will be invited by Ajay on his birthday. The second is that the person to whom book is to be presented is not keeping good health. And the third is that book is an acceptable gift for birthday. With regard of that, अगर मैं question की बात करती हूँ in reference to the questions, you have to understood the assumption and accordingly you have to act on it and you have to perform it right. So since A has decided to give to book to Ajay on his birthday, it is quite evident that he will be invited to Ajay, and of course invited by Ajay, and that a book is an acceptable gift. So both first and the third were the implicit here. First and the third both are implicit, and nothing about the state of the health of the person can be deduced from the statement. So the second is not implicit, and first and second are implicit here in this case. So sorry, first and your third is implicit, and the second is not implicit. Let's go ahead with another question, and that is a question number 139 question of the session. The statement we have is that wanted a 2-bedroom flat in a connect area, that is Connaught area, and for the immediate possessions, and this is an advertisement. The assumption first is that flats are available in the court area. The second is some people will respond to the advertisement, and the third assumption is it is a practice to give such an advertisement. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise if I'm talking about. And with regard of that, the advertisement depicts only the requirement, not the availability of the flats in the court area. So the first is not implicit, first आपका implicit नहीं है. And with regard of that, such advertisement are given with the expectations of a response which can make sure a flat available. So the second is implicit, and assumption third does not follow from the statement, so that is not implicit here as well. So first and third नहीं है, सिर्फ second implicit है, तो second will be your implicit one. Wherever you get the option second, you will be take it out that. The next question, that is your 148th question of the session. The statement we have is the situation of this area is still continues to be tense and out of control. People are required to be in their homes only. This has been asked in the bank view as well, and that is an important one as well. The assumption first is there had been some serious incidents. The second is people will not go to the office, and the third is normally will be restored shortly. With regard of that, the statement mentioned that situation in the area is tense. So first is implicit here. And with regard of that, since people have been requested not to go out and remains in the homes for safety, so second is also implicit. And with regard of that, it cannot be inferred when the normalies will be restored, so third is not implicit. And with this case, we can say that the first and the second are implicit here. Next, go ahead with another one, and that is your 141th question of the session. As you can see here, the 141th question of the session is the statement has been given that buy pure and natural honey of company X, an advertisement in a newspaper. The assumption first is that artificial honey can be prepared, for the first assumption. The second is that people do not mind paying more for pure and natural honey. The third is no other company supplies pure honey. With regard of that, the artificial honey can be made, and that is why the word natural needs to be mentioned in the advertisement. So first is implicit here, and with regard of that, no comparison is made for the price of the natural and the artificial honey. So the second is not implicit with regard of that, and nothing about the quality of the honey other companies it can be deduced. So third is also not implicit. So with regard of that, the first is implicit here for this question. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 142th question of the session. The statement we have is fly with us and experience the pleasures of flying, an advertisement by an airlines here. And the assumption first is that more passengers may be attracted to travel by the airline after reading. The second is your people generally reading an advertisement. The second is people generally may prefer an enjoyable flight. The third is the other airlines may not be offering the same facilities. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. Clearly the advertisement is meant to lure the passengers into the traveling by the airlines. So the first is implicit with regard of that, and also the advertisement promises an enjoyable flight, so second is also implicit with regard of this. And of course in second is also implicit, and in this case the facilities offered by the other airline cannot be deduced from the statement, so the third is not implicit. And with regard of that, we can say that first and the second are implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 143rd question of the session here. 143rd question of the session, the statement we have is that unable to manage with the present salary, Arun has decided to join another company, and the assumption first is that the new company has better work environment. The second is that present company offers moderate pay packets, and the third is the new company offers the highest salary to all of its employees. With regard of that, if I'm talking about, nothing about the environment in the new company is mentioned in the statement, so first is not implicit in this case. And with regard of that, since the Arun is not satisfied with the present salary, it is evident that the present company offers the moderate pay packets, and second is implicit with regard of that. And the statement that talks only of Arun and not all the employees, so in the new company, so third is not also implicit. And with regard of that, only here first is implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is the 144th question of the session. The statement has been given is like put a notice on the board that all the employees should come on time to office. An officer tells his assistant. The assumption first is that all the employees come late. The second is your employee read such notice on the board. The third is employer will follow the instruction. This question has been asked in the SBI PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise if I'm talking about here. In regard of that, when you are going to with through with the questions, so you have to be very clear what you are going to be answered, because the question has been sometimes complicated, and you have to be very accurate in that. And in this, the notice board directs all the employee to come on time, and this does not mean that all of them come late. So first is not implicit here. In regard of that, the first is not implicit. And with regard of this, that since the officer ordered the assistant to put the notice on the board, it is evident that employees read such notice on the board, and so second is implicit here. And with regard of second is implicit, and also the employees have an empty a comply with the orders of the officers, and the third is also implicit. So यहाँ पे जो implicit है, that is your second and third are implicit here. With regard of that, 145th question of the session, here we'll go ahead with the statement here. The statement is that join X tuition classes for sure success, excellent teaching by the excellent teachers in our strength and advertisement. The assumption first is that sure success is desirable. The second is the student expect a sure success when they joining tuition classes. And the third is that just having excellent teachers does not ensure that sure success. The advertisement seeks to be the attract the student by ensuring that their success. So both the first and second are implicit with regard of this. And assumption third does not follow the statement, and so it is not implicit. And with regard of that, we can say that the first and the second are implicit here. Now we'll move ahead with another one, and that is the 146th question of the session. As you can see here, in regard of the 146th question of the session, the statement is that TV, the only TV which gives the viewers a chance to watch two programs simultaneously, an advertisement. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. The assumption first is that sale of ZTV will increase because of the advertisement. The second is some people may be influenced by the advertisement and buy ZTV. And the third is that the sale of ZTV may be on the downward trend here. In regard of that, if I'm talking about with the question, so the effect of an advertisement. So here with regard of that, the advertisement, here the effect of the advertisement cannot be reduced. So the first is not implicit with regard of first is not implicit here. Okay, and with regard of this, if I'm talking about, so the first is not implicit, and however the advertisement is given so as to influence the people and encourage them to buy the TV. So second is implicit, and with regard of this, and also it is quite possible that the sale of the ZTV is declining, which has provoked the company owners to advertise for their product. So third is also implicit, and here with this we have a second and third will be implicit. Second and third is implicit here. Okay, and first it's not implicit here. 147th question of the session here. The statement we have is, we do not want you to see our product on newspaper. Visit our shop to get a full view. That is an advertisement has been given here, and here for the respect to that, the assumptions we have is, people generally decided to purchase any product after seeing the name of the advertisement. The second is that uncommon appeal that attract the customer, and with regard of that, the third assumptions we have here is your, as you can see, that is your people may come to see the product here. With regard of that, if I'm talking about here, so that the if here it can be informed from the statement that that cannot be deduced. So the first it can be inferred from the statement that the people also like to see the product before buying. So first is not implicit with regard of this, and here yes, that also the statement does to attempt to across the people to come and see the shop. So both second and third are implicit. So here so with regard of this, we can say that with regard of that, it can be inferred from the statement that the people also like to see the product before buying. So the first is not implicit with regard of this. If I'm talking about this, is not implicit, and as I told you that the second and the third is that is second and third is implicit, and so for, in this case we can say that the second and a third are implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 148th question of the session as well. And the 148th question of the session, the statement is that Pramod decided to get the railway reservations in a day for the journey he wants to make in July to Madras. And the assumption first is that the railway issue reservations 2 months in advance. The second is there is more than the one trains to Madras, and the third assumption is that there will be a vacancy in the desired class. This question has been asked in the bank pure question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. With regard of the Pramod, so clearly since the Pramod decide to get the reservation in May for the journey in July, so first is implicit with regard of this, and here that the number of the trains in the to Madras or the positions of the vacancies of different classes cannot be deduced from the given statement. So the second and the third are not implicit here, and with regard of that we can say that here only the first is implicit here. Now we'll move ahead with another one, and that is the 149th question of the session, and the question is, the statement we have is, work hard to be successful in the examination. A advises B. The assumption first is that B listens to A's advice. The second is passing the examination is desirable, and the third is hard practice leads to success. In regard of this, if I'm talking about here, and here whether B listens to A's advice or not, it is not given in the statement. So first is not implicit here, of course, and with regard of that, the advice is given on the behavior that should be followed to pass the examination, and this shows that the necessity to pass the examination. The second is implicit, and passing the examination is a form of a success to be attained by the hard practice. So third is also implicit. So this and this second and third will be implicit. So second and third is implicit, and first is not implicit. So we'll go ahead with the second and the third one with the right answer. Let's go ahead with the one next question, and that is your 150th question of the session, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise here, and that we have. So here we'll move ahead with another one, and that is the 150th question of the session, as you can see here. And the 150th question, the statement has been given that the residents of the locality wrote a letter to the corporation requesting to that is to restore normally in the supply of the drinking water immediately. The supply of the present in the justice adequate. The assumption first is that the corporation may not take any action on the letter. The second assumption is that the municipality has enough water to meet the demand, and the third is that the water supply to the area was adequate in the past, and that has been asked in the bank pure question paper as well. In this, the corporation's responses to the letter cannot be deduced from the statement, so the first is not implicit, of course, and with regard of that, if I'm talking about, so that the municipality positions in regards to the water supply is also mentioned, so second is also not implicit here. And with regard of that, since the resident talk to the restoring the normalies, and it means that the water supply was adequate in the past, so third is implicit. So in this case the third is implicit here as answer, and that is implicit as well. Moving ahead with 151th question of the session here, the statement has been given that use Ria's cold cream for fair complexion and advertisement. The assumption first is that people like to use cream for fair complexion. The second is people are easily fooled, and a third is people respond to advertisement. In regard of this here, the assumption first follow from the statement, and so it is implicit here, and of course, and with regard of that, the second assumption is vague, and so it is not implicit as well. And that for the advertisement are given with the help of that the people would know the qualities of the product and buy it, so the third is implicit. For that sake, we have in here that is the first and a third are implicit as well. Let's go ahead with another one, and that we have another question, and that is the 152th question of the session. The statement we have here is that we must prepared to face any eventualities, and all the assignment must be completed as per this schedule. Their schedule, the director tells to the faculty members, and this has been asked in the bank PO question paper as well, so that is also an important paper and respect to the competition wise. The assumption first is that there is a possibility of an any serious eventualities, and the second is that the dates are fixed for all the assignments. Third is that faculty members are supposed to complete all the assignments. In regard of that, since the director talks to being prepared to face any eventualities, and so in respect to that, the first is implicit, and it is mentioned that the schedule for completing the assignment has been drawn, so the second is also implicit. And where this fact of the statement is directed to all the faculty members, that makes the third is also implicit. So where we can say that because all the three are implicit, so we'll go ahead with the first, second and third are implicit here, so this will be the right answer for this. Moving ahead with 153rd question of the session, and the statement we have is that the successful man has the ability to judge himself correctly. The assumption first is that the inability to judge correctly causes failure. That second assumption is to judge other is of no use to successful man. The third is the successful man cannot be a wrong judgment. In regard of that here, assumption first and the second third directly follow from the statement here, and with regard of that so both are implicit, and first and third we can say that the first and the third are implicit here. And in regard of that, also the basic qualities of the successful man is that he can judge himself, so this means that he need not judge others, and the second is also implicit. And with regard of that, so we have an first, second and third, both the all the three are implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 154th question of the session. And the statement we have here, that the professor announced in the class that the next periodical examination will be held on 15th of the next month. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper in respect to the competition wise. The assumption first is all the students may appear in the examination. Assumption second is that the college will remain open on 5th of next month. The third is the student can study till 15th of next month to pass the examination. In regard of that, here we can say that here that the assumption first and the second cannot be deduced from the statement, so they are not implicit here. तो फर्स्ट और आपका जो फर्स्ट है एंड एज वेल एज इन रेफरेंस टू द सेकेंड, तो ये दोनों आपके नहीं है implicit. And assumption third directly follows from the statement, so it is implicit. So with regard of that, we can say that only the third is implicit here for this question. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 155th question of the session. The statement has been given here. The statement is that the telephone company informed the subscriber through a notification that those who do not pay their bills by the due date will be charged penalty for every defaulter's day. The assumption first is that the majority of the people that is, the majority of the people may pay their bills by the due date to avoid penalty. The second is the money collected as penalty may set off to the losses due to the delayed payment. And the third is people generally pay head to such notice here. With regard of this, if I'm talking about, clearly the notification has been issued to caution people against the delayed payment of bills, and so first and the third are implicit with regard of that. And here, that the purpose served to the money to collect it, a penalty is not mentioned, so the second is not implicit, and for this sake we have a first and third are implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 156th question of the session, as you can see. And the statement has been given is that is, as our business is expanding, we need to point for more staff owners, and company also informs the staffs. The assumption first is that the present staff is not competent. The second is more staff will further expand the business, and the third is suitable person to be taken as the staff will be available. This has been asked in the SBI question paper, and that is also an important paper with regard of the here. Clearly, with that, these assumptions, the statement mentions that the present staff is insufficient, not incompetent. So first is not implicit with regard of that, and also the purpose of appointing more staff is to control the expanding business, not to expand it further. So the second is also not implicit here. And here, with regard of that, since the company owner takes the appointing more staff, so the third will implicit here, and either in this the third is implicit, so that will be the right answer for this question as well. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 157th question of the session, that what we have to discuss, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise, and all the question paper, all the questions regarding the competition wise, this was important. And to improve and to maintain your time limit for solving each and every question, that is also an important, because already हमने 23rd क्वेश्चन टॉपिक्स कर लिए हैं, एंड जिसमें इन्होंने अगर किसी ने नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ यू कैन गॉन थ्रू विद दिस प्लेलिस्ट एज वेल. You can find it out each and every topic that what we had discussed, and that what actually I had told you after the completing the class as well. You can gone through with that as well. and उसके बाद जो coming topics हैं वो भी मैं आपको बता देती हूँ कि मैं आपको कौन से topics अभी करा चुकी हूँ और कौन से कराने वाली हूँ. तो अगर आपने नहीं देखा है तो go through with the subscribe button, and as well as go through with the playlist as well. Let's go ahead with the 157th question of the session here, that we have. Here we have 157th question of the session. The statement we have is that dealing a degree with the job, then a boys will think to thrice before joining the college. The assumption first is that boy join college education for getting job. The second is a degree is of no use for getting a job, and the third is the girls do not try to for a job. In regard of that, here the statement mentions that the degree is have no connections with the job, so boy will consider and reconsider whether they should join college or not. So first is implicit with regard of this. And in the present system, the degree are not linked with job, so this means that the job is not available with the degree, without degree. So the second is not implicit. And with regard of here, nothing about that nothing about the girls is mentioned in the statement, so the third is also not implicit. So here only the first is implicit, and we'll go ahead with the answer as well. Let's go ahead with 158th question of the session. This question is, the statement is that Ravi decided to leave office at 4 p.m. to catch a flight to Bangalore departing at 6 p.m. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise if I'm talking about. The first assumption we have is here. With regard of that, the assumption we have the flight to Bangalore may be delayed, and the second is he may be able to reach the airport well before 6 p.m. and the third is he may get adequate time to search for a vehicle to go to the airport. Here that the first does not follow from the statement, and so it is not implicit with regard of this. And we are knowing that he has to catch a flight at 6 p.m. so Ravi would leave accordingly, keeping enough time to search for a vehicle and so reach to the airport well before time. And with regard of that, we will go ahead here, and that will be your answer will be the C. That will be the right answer here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 159th question of the session as well. The statement is that during the pre-harvest Kharif season, the government has decided to release the vast quality of the food grains from the FCI. The assumption first is that there may be a shortage of the food grains in the market during this season. The second is the Kharif crops may be able to replenish the stock of FCI. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper as well. The third is that there may be a demand from the that is the farmers to procure the crop immediately after the harvest. In regard of that, because this has been asked in the bank PO question paper here, that assumption first and the second provide the reasons for the step taken by the government. So both first and second are implicit here with regard of this. So first and second is implicit, and with regard of there, and this is the food grains have been released during the pre-harvest Kharif season. It is evident that the new Kharif crops would replenish the stock. So third is also implicit, and we can say that the first, second and third, all the three are that is implicit here for this answer. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 168th question of the session. And the question, as you can see here, that is the statement is that smoking is injurious to health. Warning printed on the cigarette packets. The assumption first is that the people read printed matters on the cigarette packet. The second is people take careful note of a warning, and that the third one is non-smoking promotes health as well. In regard of this, if I'm talking about where a special warning has been printed to caution people against the adverse effects of smoking. So the second is implicit here, and for that sake we have a second is implicit, and while first is not, of course. And with regard of that, and also the fact of smoking is injurious to health does not imply that the non-smoking promotions health. So with regard of that, we can say that the third is also not implicit, so only the second is implicit with regard of this question. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your another question, and that is your 161th question of the session. The statement has been given is that the statement is, in view of the recent spurt in sugar prices in open market, the government has asked for the doctor to release a vast quantity of imported sugar in the open market. The assumption first we have is that the dealers will follow the government directive. The second is that the sugar prices will come down, and the third is the price of the indigenous sugar will remain unchanged. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise if I'm talking about here, because that is also an important one. The government decision is clearly measures to increase the supply of the control and support. Both first and the second are implicit and third is not. So here we'll go with the first and second are implicit and third is not implicit here. Now moving ahead with another question. So here we'll go ahead with 162th question of the session. The statement is, we must introduce the objective type test to improve own examination for the admission to MBA here, and the chairman of the administration committee tells the committee. Assumption first is that the admission present is directly through the interview. The second assumption is that the admissions committee is designed for improving the admissions examination. The third is that the chairman himself in an MBA. With regard of that, here we can say that nothing about the present method of the admission of or qualification of the chairman. So first is mentioned here, and in the statement, so neither first and not the third will be implicit here, and assumption second directly follows from the statement. So the second is implicit here as well, and that will be the right answer for this question as well. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is another question here. That is, a statement has been given that to make a common commercially viable, there is an urgent need to prune the staff strength and borrow money from the financial institution. That is opinion of the consultant. The assumption first we have here, the financial institutions lend money from such property proper use of that properly. And the second is that product of the company has a potential potential market as well. And the third we have it that the employee of the company are inefficient. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and so that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise if I'm talking about here. Since the consultant talks of increasing the money from the financial institutions, so first is implicit here. With regard of that, the first is implicit, and in reference to that, that the owners wish to make the company commercial viable, make second implicit as well. And with regard of that, and also it is mentioned that the staff strength is to be reduced to make the company commercially viable, so the third is not implicit. So first and the second is also, only implicit. We'll go ahead with this right answer. Let's go ahead with the 164th question of this session, and that is also an important one here. Here, 164th question of the session, the statement we have been given is that in the recently held All India Commerce conferencing session, as the management of the services sectors in India surprisingly affect the large number of participants, and that is achieved every food media coverage in the leading news paper for the service sector. And that is the first assumption is that people were especially such as encouraging to response for service sector. The second is the service sector is not managed properly in India. The third is that media is always very positive towards the service sector. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper as well, and that is also an important paper in respect to this. So here in reference to this, if I'm talking about, since the response of was surprising, so first is implicit and nothing about the real management of the service sector that can be deduced from the statement. The second is not implicit, and also the statement talks of the media responses to only the particular seasons on the services sector and not all the general. So third is also not implicit, and for that sake only the first is implicit. So we'll go ahead with option 1, and that is the first is implicit here as well. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is another question that we are talking about, like 165th question of the session. The statement we have, let us increase the taxes to cover the deficit. The assumption first is that the present tax are very low, and taxes are very low. The second is that the deficits in a budget is not desirable. The third is if the taxes are not increased, the deficit cannot be met. With regard of that, clearly the statement shows that the present taxes are not sufficient to meet the deficit, and but they may still be high. So first is not implicit, and since the statement takes talks of covering the deficit, so second is implicit, and also the taxes are increased to meet the deficit, so third is also implicit. And first is not implicit, and the second and your third is implicit here with regard of this question here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 166th question of the session. As you can see, the 166th question of the session, the statement has been given here, that is, in order to reduce the gap between income and expenditure, the company has decided to increase the price of its product from the next month. The first one we have here is, with regard of that, the assumption first is that the state rate will remain more or less same after the increase, and the second is that this expenditure will more than or less remain the same in the near future. And the third is the rival companies will also increase the price of the similar product as well. In regard of that, we can see here with that clearly none of the given assumptions can be deduced from the given statement, that is so here with regard of that we can say the options, so none is implicit and कोई भी implicit नहीं है इसमें से, तो सभी आपके non implicits है. Let's go ahead with another one, and this has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise as well. Let's go ahead with 167th question of the session. The statement has been given up that the National Air Carriers has decided to start a weekly air services from town, that is town A to town B. Assumption first is that there will be enough passengers to make the operation economically viable. The second is other carriers may not start such services. The third is that the people staying around these towns can afford the cost of the air travel here. with regard of that, we can say that the firm has decided in the start or the air services, and this implies that there are enough passengers and people in the town A to and B can afford to travel by air. So first and the third are implicit, and assumption second is vague, so it is not implicit, and for that sake we have an option that is first and third are implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is another question, and that is your 168th question of the session. As you can see, the 168th question of the session, we have the statement, we have quality of life of a person is not dependent on his wealth, only on his wealth. The first assumption is the aim of most people is just to acquire more wealth. Second is there are some factors other than the wealth which contribute to the quality of life. The third is the wealth does not contribute to the quality of life at all. In this regard of this question here, with clearly first does not follow from the statement, so it is not implicit, and the statement mentions that the quality of life does not depend only, and this means that there are some other factors as well, so which governs the quality of life, but this does not imply that the wealth does not contribute at all. So second is implicit, where third is not, and first is also not. For that sake, we have an only the second will be implicit here. Let's go ahead with 169th question of the session, and that we have the statement we have is the state government has unilaterally increased by the 5% octroi all commodities entering into the state without seeing a point of the central government. The assumption first is that the state government may be able to implement its decision. The second is that the central government may agree to support the state government's decision, and the third is that the state government may be able to earn considerable amount through the additional octroi. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper with respect to the competition wise if I'm talking about. Since the state government has increased the octroi, so first is implicit here, and for that sake we can say that the first is implicit, and since the decision has been taken without the appeal for the central government, it implies that the central government would not confront the new policy, so second is implicit as well. Okay, and with regard of this, we can say that since the octroi is collected by the state on all commodities entering the state, so third is also implicit. So first, second and third, all the three are implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 170th question of the session. The statement we have is that the Reserve Bank of India has directed the banks of to refuse the fresh loans major defaulters, and the assumption first is that the bank may still give loans to the defaulters. The second is that the defaulters may repay the earlier loan to get the fresh loan. The third is the bank recovered that the loan through such harsh measures. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper here, and for that sake the clearly loan only to the major defaulters is being refused, so the bank may still give the loans to some defaulters. Thus first is implicit, and here for that we can say that the first is implicit, and with regard of this we can say here also that the RBI decisions is a measure to recover the previous loan, since one would have to clear the old debts so as to get a fresh loan. So both for second and third all are also implicit. So first is also implicit, second also implicit, and third are also implicit. All the three are implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is the 171th question of the session here. So here we have 171th question of the session. As you can see, the statement we have is that the economic condition that continues to be critical even for a good harvest season. The assumption first is that the economic condition was not critical before the harvest season. The second assumption is that the economic condition could not have imposed without a good harvest season, and the third is that the economic condition was expected to improve after a good harvest season. Here, with regard of that, it is mentioned that the economic condition continues to be a critical, and this means that it was a critical before the harvest season also. So first is not implicit, and also the statement does not imply that only a good harvest season could improve the economic conditions. So the second is not implicit, and however, since the surprise has been expressed over the condition that being critical even and after good harvest season, it means that it was expected to improve after a good harvest season. So the third is implicit here, and both first and second are not implicit. So we'll go ahead with the third, that is implicit here. Let's go ahead with 172th question of the session that we have. The statement is the school authority decided to open a summer school this year in the school that is come out for the students in an average of 7 to 14 years. That has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. The assumption first we have is that all the students will attend the summer school. The second is all the parents will prefer to remain in the city than the going to the town, of enabling their children to attend the summer school as well. The third assumption we have is that those who cannot afford to go out of the station will send their children to the summer school. With regard of that, if I am talking about, the statement talks of the policy of opening a summer school, but the response of the children and their parents cannot be deduced from it. So none is implicit, and here none is implicit at all. For the next question we have here is your question number, that is your 173rd question of the session, and the statement has been given that do not lean out of the moving train. A warning is in the railway compartment. The assumption first is that such warnings will have some effects. The second is that learning out of moving train is dangerous, and it is a duty of the railway authorities to take care of the passengers' safety. With regard of that, here the warning against leaning out of a moving train is made to heat against the dangers involved, and so both first and second are implicit. And since the warning has been put into the railway compartment, so the third is also implicit. And with regard of that, we can say that the first, second, and as well as the third, all the three are implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 174th question of the session, as you can see here. And with regard of that, we will solve another question, and that is the 174th question of the session. And the question we have, the statement we have is the central government has directed the state government to reduce the government expense in the view of the services resource and a crunch, and it may not be able to something that we have to grant for the for the formal 6 years, that would be expressed in the formal of 6 years. And the assumption first is that the state government has been totally dependent on the central government for its expenditure. The second is that the central government has reviewed the expenditures account of the state government. And the third we have is the state government will abide by the directive. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. If I'm talking about here, nothing about the source of the income of the state government is mentioned in the statement. So first is not implicit, and since the central government has directed the state government to reduce the expenditure, so second is implicit, and third follows from the statement, so it is implicit. So here, with this regard of that, second and a third is implicit here. First is not implicit. Let's go ahead with the 175th question of the session, and the statement we have been given is State Council for the Teacher Education SCTE has laid down a guideline in respect to the minimum qualification for a person to be employed as a teacher in the university as to be recognized institution that we have. And the first assumption we have is that the authorities will not appoint only qualified teachers The assumption second is the only qualified people will apply for the teaching post, and the third is the STCE decide all the norms of the education qualification of the teaching faculty. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise if I'm talking about. Since the SCTE has laid down the necessary qualification for a person to be employed as a teacher in all the universities and the institutions, so all are implicit, and with regard of all are implicit, we'll go ahead with first, second and third, all are implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 176th question of the session. As you can see here, with regard of that, we will go ahead here, and that is your 176th question of the session. And the statement we have is all are the cordially invited to attend the entertainment program free, and announcement in a newspaper. The assumption first is that people generally do not go to the entertainment program which are free. The second is some people, though interested in the entertainment program, cannot afford purchasing the ticket. And the third is generally a free entertainment program is of good quality. And with regard of that, here we can say that since the announcement invites the people to the program saying it is free, so the first is not implicit and second follow, while second follows, and the quality of the program is not being talked about the statement, so the third is not implicit here. And with regard of that, only the second is implicit, so we'll go ahead with the second implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is another question, that is 127th question of the session. The statement we have is, keeping in view the financial constraints, the management institute has to be decided to charge the time of providing the employment in the various organization a placement to the management institution. And for that assumption first we have is it will be help in increasing the demand of the student belonging to the managing institution. And that is the second is the amount of collected to be the way will be purposeful. And the third will be it may be possible that the organization provide the employment may select less numbers of students in future. So this has been asked in the bank PO question paper. With regard of that, if I'm talking about here, that since the management has imposed a fees of rupees 25,000 for an employment for each of the student by the organization, the third is implicit, and while first is not, since the statement mentions that the fee is being charged to cover up all the financial constraints, the second is implicit, where we can say that the third and the second implicit for this. And here we have an option that is the second and third will be implicit here for this question, as it is asked in the bank PO question paper. So that is also an important question paper respect to the competition wise as well. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 178th question of the session that to have to discuss here. 178th question of the session here, that the statement we have is, yeah, to improve the employment situation in India, there is to use to a record to present the educational systems toward the implementation of the sacrifice discoveries daily life. The first assumption we have is that the student after completing the such education may be able to even earn the livelihood. The second is this may be bringing meaning of education in the minds of the youth. And the second, after the second, that the third we have is the state may earn a more revenue as more people will engage themselves in the self-employment. In regard of that, if I'm talking about here as of all what the statement mentions that the such education can improve the employment situation, so for both first and the second are implicit, and nothing about the aspect of the revenue collection is mentioned in the statement, so third is not implicit, and for that sake the second and the first is implicit here. Now let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 179th question of the session. The statement we have been given is, in spite of heavy rains, the traffic has not been distributed this year. The assumption first is that the traffic is distributed in rainy seasons only. The second is here that rain do not affect the traffic movement. The third we have here is that the adequate precautions were taken for the traffic management during the rainy season. In regard of that, the statement expresses the surprise at the traffic situation remaining the normal even after the rains. This means that the rains affects the traffic, so second is not implicit, and but this is not does mean that the only rains affect traffic, so first is also not implicit. since the traffic is not affected during the rains as expected. So the third is implicit, and for that sake we have an option third will be the right answer for the implicit here. Next is you are moving ahead with the 188th question of the session. The statement has been given that X chocolate is an ideal as a gift for someone you love, and advertisement has been given. The assumption first is people generally give gifts to the loved ones. The second is such advertisement generally influence people. The third is the chocolate can be considered as a gift item. With regard of that, this has been asked in the bank BO question paper, and that is also an important paper with respect to the competition wise, where clearly all the three directories follows from the given statement. And with this given statement we can say that that is will be the right answer, and all are all are is implicit. So we'll say that first, second and the third has been implicit, and that has been asked in the bank BO question paper as well. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 181th question of the session. The statement is that if you are beautiful, we will catch you beating and beauty, and if you are not, use will make you beautiful. An advertisement of a photo studio here. The assumption first is how to look beautiful is a problem of young stars. The second is the photograph can be beautiful even if a person's is not, and the third is people like to be considered beautiful. With regard of that, clearly nothing is mentioned in the advertisement about the problem of the young, so that is first is not implicit, and nothing is mentioned about the nature of the program photograph of a person who is not beautiful, so second is also not implicit, and also the advertisement is meant for a person who desires to be a beautiful, so third is implicit, and for that sake we have an answer will be the third, that is implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 182th question of the session, as you can see here. And with 182th question of the session that we have as the statement that these apples are too cheap to be good, and the assumption first is when the apples crop is abundant the price go down. The second assumption is that the lower the selling price, if inferior is the quality of the commodity. The third is very cheap apples are good. In regard of that, clearly we can say that it is mentioned that the apples are so cheap so that they cannot be good. This means that the price of the good apples are never too low. So first is not implicit, and the assumption second clearly follows from the statement that the apples are in the inferior quality because they are cheap, so it is implicit. And also the statement means that the apples are so cheap that they cannot be good, so this means that very cheap apples are never good, so third is not implicit. And here the first is also not implicit, and the third is also not implicit here. So with regard of that, here we can say that all are not implicit as well. So yes, we can go through with that ki no are implicit here. With regard of that, moving ahead with another question. So we'll go ahead with the 183rd question of the session, and the statement has been given. This book is so prepared that even a layman can study, and in the absence of the teacher. The assumption first is that a layman wishes to study the science without a teacher. The second assumption we have here is a teacher may not always be available to teach science, and here the third one we have is a layman generally finds it's difficult to learn science on its own. With regard of that, here the statement is to impress the usefulness of the book. It does not mention that the desire of a layman, so first is not implicit, and also the book is intended to guide one which when a teacher is not available, so both the first, second and the third are implicit. First is not implicit, so that second and a third are implicit here with this question. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 184th question of the session, as you can see. And the question we have is that the statement we have is that the company has decided to increase the price of all its products to the tackable to the precarious financial position. The assumption first is that the company may be able to wipe the entire losses incurred in the end, earlier by the decisions, and the second is that the buyers may continue to buy its product even after the increases, and the company has an adequate resource to continue the production for the few months. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper here. In regard of that, we can say that it is mentioned that the company has taken the decision to make up the financial deficits. So first is implicit, and that the response of the buyers to the increased prices and cannot be deduced from the statement. So second is not implicit, and here for that sake we can say that the first is implicit here. So we'll go ahead with the first, and that is your first is implicit, and this has been asked in the bank PO question paper as well. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 185th question of the session here. 185th question of the session, the statement we have is 10 candidates who were on the waiting list could finally be admitted to the course. The assumption first is that wait listed candidates do not ordinarily get admission. The second is a large number of the candidates were in the waiting list, and the third is that the number of the candidate to be admitted is small. This question has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and so that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. Since the waitlist candidate have been admitted, so first is not implicit, and also nothing about the numbers of the candidates on the waiting list or the number of the admitted can be deduced from the statement, so neither first and nor second is implicit. So we'll go ahead with neither of them are implicit, so yes, we can go ahead with no one is implicit here in this question. The 166th question of the session here, and that the question we have here, the statement is that considering the tickets sold during the Lent 7 days, the circus, the authorities decided to continue the show for another fortnight when it includes 2 weekends. And the assumption first is that people may not turn up on weekdays, and the second is that the average number of the people who will be visiting the circus will be more or less same as that of the list of 7 weekends here. And the third is that there may be enough response at other places. This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important one here. And clearly that the fortnight would include a week days also, and the first is not implicit. And also the authorities decided to continue the show with the hope that the people would visit the circus in the same numbers of as they had done in the last 7 days. So second is implicit, and third is vague, and so is not implicit here. So first is also not implicit, third is also not implicit, and the second is implicit. So we'll go ahead with the second option, that will be the implicit here. Let's go ahead with another one, and that is your 187th question of the session, and the last question for the session as well. Here we'll complete the statement arguments topic, and then in the next coming class we'll start with the statement codes of an action. The 187th question of the session, the statement we have is that the television X, the neighbors envy, the ownership's pride, a TV advertisement, and the assumption is that the catchy slogans appeals to people. The second is that the people are envious of their neighbors superior, and possessions people want to be envied by their neighbors. With regard of that here, in talking about this, that clearly both the first and the second are directly follows from the statement, and that is clear that the people wish to buy things which they can proud of. So third is not implicit, and first and second is implicit for this. So here we had completed your statement and assumptions topic, and the next coming class will start with the statement and course of an action. विद रिगार्ड ऑफ दैट अगर मैं बात करती हूँ तो रीजनिंग मैंने ऑलरेडी आपको बताई हुई है. रीजनिंग आपकी 2 पार्ट में डिवाइडेड है. एक आपका वर्बल रीजनिंग है, एक आपका नॉन वर्बल रीजनिंग है. वर्बल रीजनिंग भी 2 पार्ट में डिवाइडेड है. पहला आपका जनरल मेंटल एबिलिटी एंड लॉजिक रीजनिंग है. इन जनरल मेंटल एबिलिटी, एनालॉजी, क्लासिफिकेशन, सीरीज कॉम्प्लीशन, कोडिंग डिकोडिंग, ब्लड रिलेशन, पजल टेस्ट, सिक्वेंशियल आउटपुट ट्रेसिंग, डायरेक्शन सेंस टेस्ट, लॉजिकल वेन डायग्राम, alphabet test, number ranking, time sequence test, mathematical operation, logical sequence of words, arithmetic reasoning, inserting the missing character, data sufficiency, decision making, assertions and reasons, situation reaction test, verification of the truth of the statement. ये हम जनरल मेंटल एबिलिटी का ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं. अगर आपने इनमें से कोई भी टॉपिक मिस किया, यू कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू विद द प्लेलिस्ट, यू विल बी फाइंडिंग आउट ऑल द टॉपिक्स देयर. आफ्टर दैट सेक्शन 2 लॉजिक रीजनिंग है, जिसमें हमने लॉजिक, स्टेटमेंट आर्गुमेंट्स एंड स्टेटमेंट अजम्पशंस आज की क्लास में कर लिया है. एंड थर्ड टॉपिक ऑलरेडी हम लॉजिक रीजनिंग का कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं. इन द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक विल स्टार्ट विद स्टेटमेंट कोर्स ऑफ एन एक्शन. आफ्टर दैट विल स्टार्ट विद स्टेटमेंट कंक्लूजन, डिराइविंग द कंक्लूजन फ्रॉम द पैसेजेस, theme detections and question statement and miscellaneous logical puzzle. And after that we'll start with non-verbal reasoning, जिसमें हमें series, analogy, classification, analytical reasoning, mirror image, water image, embedded figures, completions of incomplete patterns, figures matrix, paper folding, paper cutting, rule detection, grouping of identical figures, cubes and dice, dot situation, constructions of squares and triangles, figure malformations and analysis, and then practice question paper. That what we have to practice it out for your reference to you, that you can improve your calculation as well as the reasoning as well. So first of all, it's a huge request from my side. Please go through with the subscribe button, like, share and subscribe our channel, and those who had subscribed yet, so thanks for all your support, and please go ahead with the subscribe button and like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box. Thank you.